All right, on to the top 5 edge defenders. Number 5, starting off with Max Crosby. Just keeps making leaps, just keeps getting better, man. We all know about Max Crosby. Got great speed for his size, strong, violent, good dude. Gotta love Mad Max, dude. Last year, we were looking at 12 and a half sacks, 22 tackles for a loss. Led the league for players at his position. 36 hits on the quarterback. You can't have him in the game without him getting in the quarterback's head. And even on plays not getting home for a sack, that's the best thing you can be doing. Got to keep the offense uncomfortable. At number 4, we have TJ Watt. And like I was telling Hunter before we started this whole list, for the defense was so much harder than the offense. And especially the edge rushers was really hard themselves. TJ Watt at number 4 just sounds kind of egregious, but that's just how well built this league is with pass rushers right now. There are so many superstar pass rushers, so many elite, incredible pass rushers in our league. Again, a guy that just won Defensive Player of the Year, falling to 4 just sounds crazy. But it does make sense when you consider, okay, the last year, the big injury, didn't play that many games. That really is the main reason more than anything. And he'll be 29 again next year, getting a little bit older. Not old, but you get my point. We're going to have to see how he resumes. But anyways, last year, in the 10 games he did play, looking at 5.5 sacks, 8 tackles for a loss, 12 hits on the quarterback. So again, nothing crazy, but for the amount of games he played, those are definitely really solid numbers. And we know if TJ Watt gets back to his full self, it's going to be scary for the league. Number 3, we have Myles Garrett. Again, how I was just saying, having Myles Garrett at number 3, it just feels effed up. But again, so much pass rushing talent in the league. I'm sorry, I can't put him any higher. I just can't. But we know Myles Garrett is just unbelievably talented, future Hall of Fame type of player. And he's just been a model of consistency for a long time now. So we look at last year, in the 15 games that he did start, 16 sacks, 18 tackles for a loss, and then 26 hits on the quarterback. Myles Garrett just disrupts the game in every way possible. Absolutely beats up linemen on the pass rush, disrupts the hell out of the run game. He does all the right little things, getting his hands up. He's going to be a disruptor any way he can. Myles Garrett's just an incredibly smart football player, incredibly dominant football player. And again, like I'm saying, it's crazy to have it number 3, but when you see number 2 and 1, you'll certainly understand. And then at number 2, we have last year's Defensive Player of the Year, Nick Bosa. I know Niners fans are probably ready to beat my ass right now, but trust me, let me explain myself. Y'all might get me a little more here. Nick Bosa, first of all, my guy. Last year when we had our predictions for, the NFL awards, Nick Bosa was my guy. I had taken Defensive Player of the Year. Safe to say, I saw the vision, had the crystal ball in my hands. So let me be clear, Nick Bosa is my guy. I got no issues with Nick Bosa, fantastic pass rusher, love what he does. But again, I can't spoil number 1. But let me tell you why Nick Bosa is number 2. Let me tell you why he's just an incredible player. So as we know, as I had said, last year's Defensive Player of the Year, 18.5 sacks, 19 tackles for a loss, and then 48 hits on the quarterback. Oh my Lord. So yeah, safe to say, Nick Bosa was just running wild, doing whatever he wanted. Fantastic against the run. Statistically, the best against the pass. Just an unbelievable talent. We knew when he was coming out the draft, 4 years ago, Nick Bosa was going to be a problem. And sure enough, he's turned into a problem for literally every offense that he goes against. But last year, I would say was the first year where you really felt that humongous jump, where Nick Bosa really did turn into a future Hall of Fame type of talent. Now he's just got to keep the motor rolling, stay healthy. There's no question. He can keep doing this year after year. All right, and then on to the number 1 pass rusher in the NFL, Micah Parsons. So again, you just look at statistics, you'd be saying to me, how in the world are you going to have Micah above Nick Bosa? As a lot of you know, but for those of you that don't, I'll toss the reminder out. It's just simply because Micah Parsons half the time isn't even rushing the passer, and he still puts up unbelievable starting all-pro pass rushing numbers. And we know from the Cowboys letting us know, this year Micah is not going to be playing that linebacker role anymore. He is purely in the pass rushing role, playing defensive end. They said, look, Micah, you're incredibly talented doing what you do, where we kind of have you here, we kind of have you there, we have you everywhere. We occasionally even have you playing slot against somebody. You know what? That's not going to work anymore because you're just too damn talented, where if we have you rushing the passer every snap, I could see you going for 25 sacks. If I was in the meeting room, I'd assume it sounded actually pretty much something just like that, where it is again, you're amazing everywhere, but it doesn't matter because you are the best, and we want you to be the best at this every snap. I think that's just what it comes down to. So again, though, for the half the time that he was pass rushing, here's the numbers. 13.5 sacks, 13 tackles for a loss, and then 26 hits on the quarterback. But you picture those numbers and turn them into full-time rushing numbers, there is no question that we don't even know what the limit looks like for Micah Parsons. I would say the sky's the limit, but for a guy like Micah, that just might be too low. He might be thinking stratosphere. He might be thinking further than that. But yeah, you'll get my point. Micah Parsons is just an unbelievable talent, and we're going to get to see it on full display this year for truly the first time.